Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva and this is Making Up the Magic. Is this a real channel? Well, I think it is by now. And yeah, I should be also welcoming myself back because I just came back from a 1 week in Paris and I was very excited to be going to Paris because really, as someone who loves fashion and beauty, I had never been, and I kind of felt like it was time to go. And I'm really happy that I went. It was like, it was a dream, basically. I recommend anyone to go there. April is a really good time. There weren't too many people. It was a little bit cold on some days, but it was a really, really great experience, and I absolutely enjoyed myself. And today, we are going to be doing an ode to Parisian makeup right before leaving for Paris. I had to spend some money, of course, and I bought the Salt New York Hannah Louise Polston collection, not the whole thing, but they come in these cute little cardboard boxes, and you can sort of peel back the label here, and you have the name of the product. I can't seem to do it now, of course, because I'm on camera. I bought the 3 most cool tone shades, kind of like the blushes that are almost like contour blushes. So here they are. I'm gonna just put them in front of the camera. One of them is called Waxwing, the other is called Aniseed, and the other one is called Cantor. So I really, really love these. I didn't buy old gum because from a lot of the reviews, it seemed to be made more for very pale skin. And now my skin's kind of edging into like the lightest of the medium. So I just decided to skip that one. So I bought these 3 more mauve-y desaturated blush colors. And I was planning to take Waxwing with me to Paris. And instead I took Aniseed, and actually it turned out to be an amazing sort of contour blush tour, more of a blush tour, darker blush color, because it's so desaturated, but it's not gray. It's kind of this mauve-y, browny, mauve. I guess these colors could be definitely called like desaturated mauves. And because I'm relatively pale and kind of olivey, these look really good on my skin tone. And I did use Waxwing a little bit right before I left, and I did like it, although it did need like a pop of color on me, because these are not bright colors by any stretch of the imagination. So you need to, if you want that sort of vibrant look, you do need to put a bit of like a brighter pop of pink, especially because I'm more on the pale olive, and usually when you're pale olive, you kind of look blank, like your skin looks kind of one-dimensional with light. It just reflects light, and there's not a lot of dimension to it. So I like to put some pink. Now that I'm getting older, I just find it's just nicer, and I'm going to continue doing that today with my makeup. Now, while I was in Paris, I noticed that indeed, French women are very much individualists. I didn't see a lot of silicone, not silicone. I didn't see a lot of filler, the silicone look. Not a lot of lip fillers at all. And even in the tourists that were there at that time of year, it seemed to be less American in that sense, like filler, Botox, like we're trying not to age. And even the younger girls today, I find they have a lot of filler everywhere, and it's kind of scary. But that's okay, because anyways, like, what do I care? Filler, no filler. I don't have anything. I'm just letting my face age naturally. Anyways, let's not think about aging too much. So today I wanted to try Because yes, I was gonna do a video about my makeup in Paris, and then I did try to record something, and it looked really boring, and I was like, no one wants to see makeup. Who cares about that? So instead, today I'm gonna be doing an elevated version of makeup. It's gonna be chic. There's gonna be some black eyeliner because why not? It's Paris and it's the capital of fashion, so you want to look fashionable. Also, another thing that I bought about a month ago, maybe more, I bought the curve case from Mitchell. It's the lightest one, so it's got all these sort of olivey, pale olivey colors, and they just put it on special, and I just could not say no. Like, I had to get it. So I've been using some of the colors. I've already pre-mixed them. So the purple here, my God, electric petal and candy quartz. I've used these two for my underpaintings. I've mixed them here on a lovely palette over here. So these two have been mixed together as sort of an underpainted blush. And I have another color here, which is like a mix between a lavender and a mint color from another palette by Mitchell. It's kind of those corrective colors. Where is it? It's kind of those corrective colors, this little case. So it's got like color adjusters. So it's this color here and the lavender. And I really like these sort of colors as a professional makeup artist. I think they're really, really nice. So I'm going to start right away. No sense in waiting. Maybe I'll zoom you in first. Okay, so I'm going to use the sort of lavender color here, right there. Instead of a white base that I normally use, I'm going to get myself a little mirror here. Instead of the white base that I like to use, I've tried this after I got the palette, and I thought it was really, really good what I was able to get by using this. It was really, really helped with my olive undertone, because I often find it's hard to, what's the word? Really match my skin tone. And so, especially in the highlight, whenever you're using more of an olive tone and you're really pale, they can pull a little bit orange. So I'm using it here and in the center of my face, and I really, really enjoyed this. Of course, I didn't do this in Paris. I was on vacation, and I brought very little makeup. Actually, I brought the minimum. I brought a small eyeshadow palette, and I didn't even bring blush. Thank God I brought like a really fuchsia lipstick, or else I wouldn't have any blush. And I think one of the big mistakes of going to a city like Paris and going as a tourist, and by the way, don't feel bad if you are a tourist and you're going there. We are legions. Like, there's so much tourists in Paris that I think it's kind of like when I was in New York. You know that half of the people on the street are actually not New Yorkers, and it's the same with Paris. It's just so full of tourists, and I think the Parisians kind of deal with it because we're bringing them money, so they have got nothing to say. Now I'm going to use the sort of lavender color that I have here, lavender pink. These have a lot of whites in them as a blush. So you have to be really fair. But what I liked about it is that it's really, it's the kind of colors you don't really see. And if you're really, really pale, I'm sure, like, this is the kind of thing I would have wanted to find when I was younger and didn't have as much sun exposure, and my skin was really, really redhead pale. And now that I'm, maturing, I find that I'm turning into a medium. Like I said, it's kind of really weird, although I am a medium. Uh, it doesn't matter. It's a joke. So I'm using this because I find that it's going to correct for the olive tones in the foundations that I like to use. And I'm going to use my classic ones, which are the Patrick Ta and the Estee Lauder one. By the way, the reformulation has already started, so there's no going around. And I tried the new formula, and it is actually really nice. I haven't tried it on my face. I tried it on my hand, and I think it's very, very good. So if you're intrigued by the Estee Lauder Double Wear and you want to try it, and you're kind of wondering, is it still good enough? I think it is. It's actually pretty good. So I like this sort of pinkiness because it's going to give that kind of, it's going to sort of tone down the olive and the olive foundation that I like to use. And I think that's going to be a good thing onto foundation. So per usual, I'm going to be using my fingers to do my foundation. And by the way, I found this clip of Pat McGrath saying that it's actually really good to use your fingers. So, wait, that's the double wear. Shit, it's a little bit too, it's a wee bit too light. So I'm gonna go with this one, the Patrick Ta, which is a nice olive, desaturated olive. Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate this color when it's done. So as you can see, as I'm blending it in, it's kind of stopping that sort of orangey undertone that can develop in the foundation as you're applying it to a skin that doesn't, because my skin is just olive. It doesn't have that orangey tone to it that some olive skin tones have. So I really like kind of what it's doing, like just canceling out everything. There you go, you can see. And this is with the underpainting, and this is just like that. And it's like magic. I really love trying these textures and these sort of underpaintings, because it's really fun to experiment when you're doing makeup. I'm just going to bring it in to my nose and under. I'm going to take a little bit of that double wear and I put it right here like I did on the other side. But this time it's over, so let's see what the look. Yeah, it kind of looks the same. Nice color here. And I'm going to mix the double wear on the Patrick Ta right for my philtrum here, because I want the colors to blend. Really like that. Working with my fingers just makes it quicker too. You can just push it in. And I love skin that looks like skin. Especially, I've got a lot of texture because I'm just mature. And whenever I wear some foundations that are too heavy and I see it on my skin, I'm always like, ooh, like, no. So now we're going to do my forehead. I'm going to use this on the outside, like that, as a bronzer. And I'm going to mix it with some of the double wear for the center. And the green really just stops it from turning too orangey. As you can see, I'm applying it. I can slow. And I'm blending it with the underpainting. It really does change a lot. And I love it like that. No. Okay, so it still needs a little bit of work on this side right here. And there you go. I think we're done. We can move on to the eyes. Okay, so as my first step for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this gray cream eyeshadow from NARS, which is called Transvaal. And I think it's discontinued. I don't know. I'll have a look on the website and tell you. I like gray. And I was surprised by Paris because it's a very gray city. The colors, like the asphalt and the buildings, there's this sort of pale gray color that's everywhere. And it kind of surprised me at first because you see a lot of pictures of Paris in black and white. And the ones that you see of, there's not that many pictures of Paris in color. And it made me realize like how gray is the color of Paris. Gray. And through the gray, there's these pops of colors, which are usually burgundy or green. And I kind of am inspired by the gray because let's face it, it's a gray city. There's not a lot of color. And I think I understand now why I'm often told like in Paris, people dress very discreetly because the environment itself is the sort of gray atmosphere. So, and why red lipstick is so popular because basically, red is one of the colors of the environment. So it kind of made sense to me once I got there. So I'm just going to use this gray and then I'm going to take another brush to blend it out because, wow, it's very pigmented. And I'm not using a shadow because I think gray, when you're doing a powder format, always ends up looking kind of muddy or lackluster on its own. I think it always really looks better as a cream because it just has more depth. So I'm just blending out with this clean brush. It's a discontinued matte brush. It's a bit scratchy. And I kind of want to do this gray because I love a sort of rock glam aesthetic. I want to put some silver glitter on top of this or silver sparkle. And I think one of the things about the French aesthetic that's always that people enjoy and talk about is usually it's so relaxed and so kind of, you put in effort, but not too much effort. And this is kind of what I want to do. I want to slap it on and kind of be rock glam, very Kate Moss. I think Kate Moss is what you call it, an honorary Parisian. So I'm going to take the same brush that I used to blend the edges. I'm going to go into this little palette that I took with me to Paris. It's a discontinued MAC palette, that I got a long time ago. I'm going to use the sort of center color here, just like, and these two, I'm going to mix these two because I want sort of a transition shade, just a little bit. I mean, yes, we can keep it raw glam, but we don't have to make it too messy. So I'm just going to rub that into the crease like that, just for transition. And, with slab dashing, you can always clean up the edges, the outer edges, like the outer V, with something like a concealer. So I'd rather make it messy first. I'm trying not to go beyond my crease because my crease is getting deeper and deeper. So I don't need to deepen it more than it already is. And I'm going to get now my trusty smolder pen and make a lovely sort of cat eye because I don't know, I think liner and red lipstick is sort of a staple. And I can understand now why. Because, the city itself kind of dictates what looks good in the environment. Just going to tight line. I'm going to do just one eye because there's no point in doing both. Oh wait, I'm going to zoom. I'm going to do this sort of smoky liner, which is kind of my favorite thing to do because as you get older, your eyes are not as tight. And putting anything liquidy is just asking for trouble. And I'm just going to extend it like this. You take the line from the bottom and you extend it up. Just something simple. And of course, we're going to bring it down because I like a good rock and roll look. There you go. I think I kind of like that. I've done both of my eyes, and I've set just the inner corner here. That was a little bit shiny. It was a bit too shiny. I'm going back in with the brush that still has some of that cream gray eyeshadow on it, and I'm just gonna tap some extra one. Now that I have the black on, I see that I can go just a wee bit darker, and I can just tap it in like that, and whatever's left, it's easier also to kind of manipulate. And I want the gray there because I'm going to put some shimmering eyeshadow there, some silver. I want that rock and roll look. I don't know why. To me, Paris is very rock and roll. I think maybe because, there's a certain individuality about it. I have this lovely palette. Theresa is Lethal. Thank you, Theresa. Teresa. Sorry, I don't know. I have to pronounce the H. I think it's my Spanish. I'm just putting that on. Some raw glam fantasy, I guess. Paris is raw glam. So is London. I kind of like the festive allure. And I think I'm doing this because I wanted to go to Pigalle, and I wanted to go to those places, that are Parisian night clubbing. But I kind of forgot that the night existed in Paris because I'm back home. Like, I barely do anything at night anymore. Like, I just stay home, and getting older, I had amazing fun and I had amazing everything. So I kind of forget that you can still have fun at night. I kind of want to bring it up into my eyebrows, like really have fun. Let's have fun. Yeah, I think we forgot how to have fun. Like, no more club nights, no more nothing. There you go. So beautiful. So chic. Sometimes you want to do these colorful looks and you realize like all you need is just some chicness, some gray and silver chic. So do I want to make it wilder and more messy? I don't know. Let me think about it. Let's do the rest of the face and we'll come back to the eyes. Okay, so you get a better view from far away, and my skin is looking bomb today. I don't know, like the last 5-7 days my skin looked really, really awful, and now all of a sudden it's looking good. Now I took a bit of the aniseed color on my palette. It's right here, and I'm going to use this to contour, blush tour, and I'm going to show you how good it is, like for me. And I brought this to Paris not knowing it was the shade because I was just I don't know, I guess I got excited. I was having to leave for the airport, and it's just such a good color for my skin tone. I don't know if for you, because when I got these in the mail, yeah, they came by mail, and I was thinking like, wow, am I ever going to be able to use this on me? Because it's such a dark shade, as you can see, but they blend so well. I'm just like, wow, like look at that contour. I'm going to use them on my forehead too, because usually I would use like bronzer with sort of a medium powder from Ben Nye. It's sort of a sculpting powder, and it would always be brownie, which on my skin tone looks kind of odd. But since I would like to bronze my face a lot, it kind of worked. But when I'm doing more cool tone looks like I am now, it kind of doesn't make sense to have like brown things, because especially if I'm using cool tone blush, anything that turns brown is going to look like it's going to look off with the rest of the colors. I really like to use this to contour my face. Now I'm touching my skin a lot, so but it just gives me a nice contour without looking gray, or I look more gaunt because I'm in my 40s, and guess what, you just lose fat and you get gaunt looking, because I like to say that word, gaunt. So it's just giving me the most natural kind of looking contour. And I'm just going to contour my jaw because there's a huge space now because my jaw has dropped. And I'm just going to contour this area. And I'm going to use it also to contour my philtrum. So just right here. Like that. And it's like the perfect color because it just disappears into the skin. And if I overdo it, I can take just a bit of concealer. So I mixed a bit of concealer on my palette here on top. A nice cream concealer, because I just love the natural finish that you get from creams. And by the way, if you ever are in Paris and you want to buy some nice cream products, there's Le Maquillage Professionnel, so it's spelled MAQ.pro, and they're a pro store and they sell a lot of foundations for the movies. I'm just going to use this concealer to hide some of the spots that I have right here. Sorry. To look in the monitor now. I'm not used to having a monitor to look into. And like right here. And I'm not going to cover too much of my under eye. I kind of want to leave it in. I want to kind of have a lived in look, like not too crazy. Now I mixed in a blush. I'm going to try something different. It's a mix of like 3 different blushes, and it's a coral color. Because usually I always go for like cool tone now, and I want to try something different because I'm bored. So I'm going to use this because of the black. I think I saw this amazing influencer from Brooklyn. What's his name? Oh my gosh, I'm going to put his name here. And I saw him use like this kind of blush, and it just looks so good with sort of raw glam eyes. I was like, that's kind of Paris. Paris is kind of like a New York. If you've ever wondered, yeah, that's kind of what Paris is. It's like a New York, just fancier, more expensive. I'm just going to blend this into my skin, and I might leave some space for some pink eventually. And there's a bit of pink that I mixed in with the blush just to give it like it's not, so that it's not too warm tone. And I'm just going to go into under my eye here, into the under eye. It's what the kids do today. Doesn't mean I can't try it too. Just want to rub it into the black so that it softens it. Like red is such a new, I mean, it used to be very popular, but red is such a beautiful transition color when you're doing smoky eyes or things like that. It just softens the red and you look less like you've got raccoon eyes. Kind of like that. I'm going to use some of that lavender color that I used before just to brighten this area, like the one that I mixed in here, this lavender. I'm using that just to brighten the blush, because like coral's not my color normally. I'm kind of liking that sort of flush. It's kind of glamorous. Yes, I love to look glamorous. I can't help it. I was gonna do that boring no makeup look, and I was like, girl, people have already seen that. No one cares. I'm gonna put some on my temples here, on my forehead. And I'm kind of not worried because I'm slapdashing it. You want it to be kind of effortless, you know. And I'm kind of liking my lips. They need just, what do they need? What do they need? What do I need? I'm looking in the monitor and I'm going, this is pretty fabulous. It's very Parisian chic. I love it. I'm going to put a bit of that more on, like, mix that blush also into the highlight, because I've mixed it into the highlight here, and I want to mix it into the highlight on my forehead, just very lightly, just blend it in, tap it in like that, just so that it's got that all over color, especially when it's this kind of bright blush. And I'm putting it on the top of my philtrum here too. I kind of want it there, so that this philtrum doesn't stand out too much. I'm obsessed with my philtrum. Now you guys know my secret. I want to put some of it. I mixed up a bit more of a pinkier tone right here. I want to put some on my chin so I looked flushed. And I kind of want the pinkier color. I don't want to bring it down like the boyfriend blush look. Just bring it down here with the pinkier color, not the peachier tone. Admire the work. Oh my gosh, I love this look. I love this look. Oh, I'm excited. Kind of like Paris, makes you excited. Okay, so I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my makeup. I'm going to put this blush by YSL, which is sort of their peachy blush. Honestly, it's an amazing corrector too. So I don't see why you shouldn't buy it. It's so expensive though. But it just justifies my buying it because it's a really beautiful color corrector as well as a blush. Although not everyone wants a peachy blush, but actually I want to put some, whatever's left, right there. So I'm going to put this there because I'm going to put a gray pencil, and whenever I put anything dark under my eyes, it just goes like blue. And this time I want to keep this sort of gray tone effect, and because it's a very creamy formula, it's not made to go under the eyes. I'm just going to use a bit of setting powder just to set it before I use my pencil. I'm just going to finish setting that in place. And I'm going to be using a gray pencil. It doesn't matter which gray pencil. This is a really nice warm tone gray. I'm just going to rub it in. And I'm going to kind of tight line my eye. Because black. I mean, there's something about sophistication and elegance with black. The thing is, don't use black all around. Just go with gray, because it's going to look dark around your eyes. Keep the black for the outer part. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this, and this is a fairly waxy pencil compared to the Smolder. Just so you know, Smolder is going to melt. It's a melty pencil, but that's what gives it that sort of rock and roll chic that I really, really love. And I don't set it because my other, I like it when it's kind of moves around and it's going to do like crazy things. You kind of want it to be doing crazy things because that's what makes it interesting in rock and roll. And I'm going to go into a green, because if I use gray, sorry for the noise, if I use gray under my eyes, it's going blue. It's so annoying because I want gray. So I should have just used like a green eye pencil. There you go. It's going to look a little bit more gray now. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I like that. And I found the name of the influencer. His name is Kevly. He is just amazing and so rock and roll. It reminds me back in the day of Electro Clash. He just embodies that vibe. So this is the Orchid palette from ColourPop, and there's this lovely shimmer here. It's a sort of mauve lavender. Just gonna put that under there, kind of like that. Unfortunately, I'm not as rock and roll as he is. I'm gonna go back over the shimmer with this gray. I think this is pretty good. I like it. And I kind of want to keep my lips nudish. Soar. That's what I want. Soar. So a bit of soar. Kind of don't want to contour them, because that means that I care about my lips and what size they are. Oh, and the other thing, I was really surprised in Paris. I went to the department stores and to the cosmetic counters, and that's kind of how you know what's trending or what's now maybe trending on social media over in Europe. And one of the things that I was surprised to see is all these girls with huge, thick, dark liner. I swear it was like purpley, intense liner. I think it's kind of the FKA Twigs kind of trend, because my lips are too small to be able to support like a really thick. It wasn't thick, but compared to the proportion of the lip, the outline was really marked, and it was sort of this purpley color. And I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Very crazy. So I'm going to use, this is a chubby stick. It's kind of an orange color. And what I like about it is my lips are kind of mauve-y. So together it creates this sort of deep pink color. Kind of. I'm just going to overdo it on the bottom lip instead of overdrawing with a pen. I just want to keep with the color that's in the blush, because I think when you have intense eyes, you kind of want your blush and your lips to sort of be in the same color family. And for my eyebrows, I'm just going to use Graige. Where are you, Graige? Oh, I found Graige, my lovely eyebrow pencil. It's actually a lip pencil. I'm just going to slightly define the tail of my eyebrows. Kind of want... The other thing about, I think, French beauty that's really inspiring is I've known a few French women in my line of work, and they're never going to go and change their faces. If they have thin lips, they have thin lips, and they're going to wear bright lipstick on it. They don't care. They're like, I was born with thin lips. I'm not going to fight it. If your eyebrows are like mine right now, and they're very fluffy and sparse, and there's no arch to them, or there's no shape, well, why fight it? Why try to turn yourself into something else? I think if there's a lesson about French beauty, or the French style, as a lot of people want to market it now, a lot of influencers in Paris, because I watched a shit ton of videos of before going to Paris, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's the city of FOMO. I mean, I don't care how prepared you are. There's always going to be something to do in Paris, some new place to see, something to see all the time. So there's no way you're going to be able to go through all of Paris in one trip. You know, it's just, you just have to decide what you want to see and be chill, okay? Because I was just running around like a mad woman, trying to like do everything that I wanted to. And I kind of missed the point of being on vacation, which is just to have fun and chill out. And I was not chilling out whatsoever. And by the third day, I was exhausted and I was like, what am I doing to myself? So I'm going to take a lovely pink blush from this YSL palette. I love it. It's so cute. Look at that. It's been around. There's a lovely, beautiful pink here. It's just pink enough, cool toned enough that I'm going to look healthy. I just want to put it right here, like that healthy glow. Just right there. Just, it's so subtle. It's not going to do anything, but it's going to be enough. There you go. I think I'm just going to zoom out for the full fantasy. I'm really feeling it. Thank God I didn't do my boring no makeup look. Like, who wants to see that? Okay, so here we are. Like, I did my hair. It's freshly washed. I'm just loving my look today. I'm looking fabulous. And I've been to Paris, so I can die now. Die fabulous looking like this. And my advice to you, final advice, if you're ever going to go to Paris, is don't go running around trying to find the best croissant or the best baguette, or don't go into that mindset. You want to, I don't know why these stupid videos got to me of these influencers going like, we're going to try the 4 best croissants or the 4 this. It's like, just go into a boulangerie, go into a pâtisserie, just grab something, and 9 out of 10 times it will be amazing. And there's no such thing as the best croissant or the best baguette in Paris. Everyone does their thing, and you're going to have fun, and it's going to be delicious. And we don't care. Don't care. Just go there, sit down. If it's beautiful, sit your ass down on a terrace, get a drink, because that's fucking priceless. Most people over there are working and they can't do that. So final step. There you go. I'm going to use some face powders to blend my makeup into the skin. I mean, it's pretty nicely blended, but I'm going to use, I bought this huge ass Bicioto brush. I'm using these 2 lovely colors here. It's like a more olive tone and a more pink tone. I'm just going to use my fat ass. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, gosh. Oh, enjoy life. That's what I learned in Paris. Just enjoy life. Who gives a shit? Enjoy. And the funny thing is, my friend who passed of lung cancer suddenly at age at the end of her 40s, is that she hadn't gone to Paris. And I felt going there, it was kind of like a sort of vindication for her. I did it, and I felt she was there with me. It's really weird. I think she was the one telling me to calm the fuck down. I'm going to use like a peachy lipstick because I just want to put some like right in the center here of my lips, just to ground the color, ground my lips. And I kind of want to use like a gloss, like this mauve gloss. It's like a pale peach. I think nude doesn't always look good on me because I've got so much skin on my face. There you go. Final look. Very me, very kind of 70s inspired, because that's what I look like. I look like someone who stepped out of the 70s. Wait, I want to flip my hair. I tried it yesterday. It looked really good. There you go, flipping my hair. Yeah, I mean, we're doing this for the fantasy of it. Like maybe the other side. Oh, it's fun. It's fantasy. Hope you're enjoying the fantasy. I hope you get to go to Paris and enjoy yourself over there. And I love you. Je vous aime. Je vous adore. And God knows when I'm going to come back. Maybe after I go to London. Bye.